Hey guys, as a remodeling contractor, I'd be lost. My life would be miserable without my reciprocating saw. Recip saws are used in all levels of construction, and they're probably seen the most during the remodeling and demo stages of a project. While the reciprocating saw is just the vehicle to the demo, the secret sauce lies in the cutting blade, its geometry, tooth design, metallurgy, I always screw that word up, and tooth count. If you remember back in 2016, Milwaukee started producing the Axe reciprocating blade with carbide teeth. This blade proved itself to be a beast when tackling nail-embedded wood on demo. In 2018, they came out with a metal cutting blade called the Torch with carbide teeth. Now the Torch blades, they featured an aggressive 7 TPI design with an optimized carbide formula, and that was designed to tackle heavy, thick metal cutting. Well, now Milwaukee has a new torch blade, and it's called the Torch with Nitrus carbide for cast iron steel. It is engineered supposedly up to 3 times longer than existing carbide blades. And they're designed basically to tackle applications like heavy cast iron removals and stuff like that. Now, Milwaukee recently sent us a few of their blades, 9-inch Torch with Nitrus blades for us to try out. And we wanted to test them against a worthy competitor. So we reached out to Diablo. Diablo is at the top tier of the lineal cutting edge of the food chain of saw blades. After all, they're in the blade business. That's all they do. So it made sense to call Diablo and try to get some blades. So I asked for their best thick metal blades, the ones that I had tested in 2019 at their media event. These blades are called the Steel Demon Amped Carbide with Black Ice Coating. These blades will be available later this year as well. They're not available right now. So just to be clear, neither one of these blades are out right now. So you're getting an inside look at 2 very new blades in a head-to-head test. Nobody else has both these blades right now except Toolbox Buzz. Okay, the Torch Nitrus with carbide teeth is made in Milwaukee's Greenwood, Mississippi sawed blade plant, and the Steel Demon Amped Carbide blade is made in Switzerland. The number of teeth per inch, TPI, along with the gullet size, the width and depth of the space between the teeth, all determine the material that the blade cuts can cut out. The nitrous blades have a 7 TPI straight tooth set design, and that allows for larger gullets between the teeth. In comparison, the Diable Steel Demon uses an 8 TPI design. The larger gullet space on both of these blades allow for faster chip removal. Traditional aggressive metal cutting applications like stainless steel, stuff like that, it tends to result in gumming up of these gullets, the blade gullets. In that scenario, oftentimes when that happens, when it gets gummed up, the blade teeth will tear off of the cutting edge. Saw blades with larger gullets, like these blades, are designed to reduce the tendency to clog and gum up. So let me see. Lower TPI delivers a faster cut. Higher TPI is going to give you a finer, smoother cut. We wanted to be able to show long-lasting, fast-cutting capabilities of these blades. And at the same time, we wanted to create a test that would really challenge the blades. Real tough test. So I started thinking about on remodeling and demolition projects, we often find ourselves cutting all types of metal, from pipes to masonry lintels to threaded rod EMT, cast iron water and sewer lines, and of course rebar. So we set up a corded reciprocating saw with a 16.5 pounds of weight, downward weight, and we timed our tests. And we also, you're going to see us rocking a little bit. We allowed rocking motion because that's a real life cutting motion. Each test station used a new Milwaukee Torch Nitrus and new Diablo Steel Demon Amped reciprocating blade. And to evaluate for cutting speed and blade life, we chose 2 very aggressive materials to cut. 4-inch cast iron steel pipe and 2-inch cast iron rod. Now for the 4-inch cast iron pipe test, the winner of that was Milwaukee. It's important to note that this test is not a durability test. It's more of a speed test. We decided to stop the test for both blades after 2 passes because of the increased amount of time to make that cut. And we wanted to point out that realistically, most contractors would not tolerate a cut longer than 3 or 4 minutes in cast pipe. they're gonna either change out the blade or they're gonna look for a different solution. Milwaukee beat the Diablo blade in the 4-inch cast pipe 38 seconds faster, averaging 2 minutes and 31 seconds over 2 cuts, with Diablo averaging 3 minutes and almost 3 minutes 10 seconds per cut for 2 cuts. Now in the 2-inch solid cast pipe test, the winner of that was Diablo. Diablo beat the Milwaukee blade cutting the 2-inch solid cast pipe faster, averaging 1 minute and 51 seconds over 3 cuts, and Milwaukee averaging 1 minute and 79 seconds on 2 cuts. It's important thing to note that with the Diablo blade, it lost very little time on its subsequent cuts, approximately 3 seconds. The Milwaukee blade was super fast on the first cut, but lost 30 seconds on that second cut. We called off the test on the third cut due to the blade not advancing through the material because of some broken teeth. Now, where do these blades actually fit in the construction world? These reciprocating blades were designed to cut metal faster than regular bimetal blades in thick metal and cast iron. Designed to cut metal fast, this blade is not a replacement for a bandsaw. I want to be clear about that. It's an additional tool in your arsenal of job site cutting solutions. We look at it as a saw blade for pure demo or tight access cutting. Let's face it, in remodeling and demolition, the pipes are not always easily accessible. In fact, they're almost always not accessible. In these situations, the reciprocating saw blade can better access an area better than a bandsaw or a snap cutter. These blades are pricey, but worth it. For seriously difficult cuts, both blades will give you a few cuts before laboriously long cutting applications. For smaller and less demanding cuts, these blades will dominate the job site, no doubt. Okay, as far as price goes, the 6-inch, 7-tooth per inch torch with nitrous carbide blade is going to be about $16, $17. Available in March 2020, and it's going to come in 1, 3, and 5 blade packs. The 9-inch torch is going to be about $21, $22. Now the 6-inch Diablo Demon amped blade is going to be about $15, and that's coming out this year at some point too, and probably in the same configuration of 1, 3, and 5 packs. Their 9-inch Diablo amped blade will be about $20, and that's 1, 3, and 5 packs as well. So the question I gotta ask is it worth it? Are these blades worth that price? Yep. I was impressed by the toughness and the speed of both these blades. Seriously, for several years now, Diablo has stood way ahead of the pack with their lineal edge technology. And now Milwaukee has joined that party. And they've joined it with the axe and the torch and all that stuff. But if you're in the trades, I see both these blades as an additional option to older metal cutting methods. They offer another possible cutting solution for difficult metals, and it will certainly improve your demolition efficiency. My opinion, you need a few of these blades in your reciprocating saw toolbox. Absolutely. Gotta pull those out, to solve problems. If you like this video, guys, please consider subscribing or give us a thumbs up. I'm Rob Robillard. We'll see you next time here at Toolbox Buzz.